So the shir is about Shnayim Mikra ve'echad Targum. That there's a halacha that you should every week, together with the minyan, you should read through the Chumash Parsha twice, and once through the Targum with the translation, the Targum Ufos.
Sfaradim holding for the very strong.
Yeah.
Sfaradim. When I was
when I was yeshiva, I was told that the Siman Shulchan Aruch where it talks about Shnayim Mikra is Reish Pei Hei, which is, if you read it, it means Rafa. Rafa is someone said about Rafa Yadein. The people are shvach in this halacha.
yeah.
There's a letter from Ramleshem.
Especially we don't understand Aramaic.
Right, makes it not as enjoyable.
The most I think says you can do Rashi.
The Shulchan Aruch says you can do Rashi.
Come the time.
Yeah. So there's the letter. There's a shul from Ramleshem. Someone was asking if Bnei Torah, people tell me the Chacham is sitting learning Torah all day, do they also have to learn Shnayim Mikra? So he writes very strongly that no one's pater from Shnayim Mikra.
Wow.
He says even Rabbi Shimon Chayev, if they also know Nosson, they're also Chayev in Shnayim Mikra.
Wow.
It's in the first line of Machim.
And where's the mucker for that?
He explains it's a mitzvah midrabanan. No one's pater from mitzvah midrabanan.
When the Rabban wears them?
See, we're going to get into that
with the
third line of Machim, yeah.
So even Unclus himself is
That's
high.
what the Gemara says.
Even Unclus himself is even Unclus himself is high.
Yeah.
He didn't do it with Rashi.
In the first part of Machim, so read the Shulchan Aruch. Someone asked, and so we're counting through them if anyone wants. Hine be'inyan ha'mitzvah shemuchuyev kol echad ve'echad likrei parsha b'chol shavua. When it gets this mitzvah, everyone's chayiv to read every week. Shnayim Mikra ve'echad Targum shnisrashim la'oid, which people came very shvach with this. Af eitzal harbi b'nei Torah, even many Talmidei Chachamim, they're slacking off in regard to this mitzvah. So he says, Pasha to butter, Pasha kamashli niftar shum adam called mitzvah derabanan. Just like no person is pater from any mitzvah derabanan. B'taina sha'isik b'teira, because he's busy learning Torah, he doesn't have to do the mitzvah. It's not true. Kain lei niftaru af mitzvah. So too with regard to this mitzvah, Shnayim Mikra ve'echad Targum, no one is pater from it. To the contrary, even someone who's teirasim nosei, meaning he's pater from davening, he can only daven once every 30 days, still shall he put mitzvah derabanan hayav nikriyas haparsha Shnayim Mikra ve'echad Targum. Which is even they are pater from Shnayim Mikra ve'echad Targum. Especially now that everyone could say that they're baki in the Chumash. Yeah.
I don't understand. Learning Torah is deraisa, right? To learn Talmud Torah Kinei Torah is a mitzvah every second. And Chazal also said that a person should learn the Mikra Shliva Chafetz. So if a person has a cheshbon to learn Gemara and not to learn Shnayim Mikra, it's also being Mekayim Chazal, who say that you should learn Rabbi Yaakov. That's number one. So I'm saying number two questions. First question is, it's a deraisa Talmud Torah. This is only the Rabbanim. So why do I have to drop a deraisa, which I'm enjoying, to a place? And the second question is, anyway, Chazal say, believe a Mikra Shliva Chafetz. Yeah? And number three, the Rashbi himself didn't have to daven. Why didn't have to daven, which is a derabanan too? Or some say it's even a deraisa. So he was part from a deraisa because he was learning Torah. So why does he have to be a chuv and a derabanan if he's part from a deraisa?
Right, but Kriyas HaMegillah is also only derabanan, right?
What?
Still, Kriyas HaMegillah, well, Divrei Kabbalah.
The Mishnah says mevarachim Talmud Torah. Does it say mevarachim Talmud Torah for Shnayim Mikra?
If they were once they made up a takana, if you go with such a mahalach, then you could throw all the mitzvahs from derabanan out the window.
But he did. The Rashbi did.
Right.
Did he do Shalach Manas? Did he do Shalach Manas?
Yeah.
In the cave?
He
gave him spread. He gave his son boxer and water.
That was why not? And that was kind of stuff pashas, right? He couldn't leave. But obviously, even Rashbi had to like the Chanukah, right? He also had to give Shalach Manas. But he wasn't potter all he's in. Tefillah, we say we have Teiros and Nelson they're potter, but now as the other mitzvahs midrabanan.
Some say Tefillah is deraisa. The Rambam says Tefillah is deraisa. How do you use Mavatal Tefillah deraisa for Torah Torah?
That's the time of the Ramban. The Ramban asks that Shaila, if you want to say Tefillah is midraisa, how could you be Mavatal from Teiros? They try to infer that even according to the Ramban that Tefillah is midraisa, it means that when you need to daven, right? So Shasa, they find for according to the Rambam, midaraisa, in order to be, it's enough to say any tefillah, any bakasha. You say Yehi Ratzin, Shevan Leis HaMikdash, he says tefillah midaraisa. He says, of course, Rajvi, he says some Yehi Ratzin, he says some short tefillah. He says he didn't daven, mean the whole nusach of davening that we do that he didn't do. But of course, tefillah he did. That's what they find for the Rambam.
Okay,
but
that's my question. But you still see that he was able to get a shortcut on the deraisa because he was on such a level.
It wasn't deraisa. The tefillah is that's the rabbanon. Tefillah is a yitzim in a clown. The din is if you wrote such a mahalach, then you could throw all the mitzvahs in the davan out the window because I'm busy learning Torah. It's not like that. The Chachamim were mechayiv, and the Chachamim were mechayiv mitakonos. They should do these mitzvahs. They're taking away time from learning other things, but that's. If you want to say that I'm being vatali from mitzvah minat teira, it's not really it's not really a bittul, right? Because mitzvah minat teira also lishmeil divrei chachamim, right? Chachamim saying also yesh koyach chachamim to be na'akei davar shel teira sheval tasei, right?
But wasn't the Rashbi at the same time as Rabbi Yonasan ben Azriel? Wasn't Rashbi there at the same time? They were both Tanaim. Yonasan ben Azriel was a Talmud of Hill. He was the smallest Talmud, the Gemara says. Right? So maybe he's a Talmud, please. A lot of disagree. Maybe he disagrees.
If you know he argues, then fine. But Ramesha says that Ramesha says this initial say we don't see that he.
How does he know?
What?
How does Ramosha know?
I think if I care. I'm saying it's just it shouldn't be any worse than any other mitzvah that Rabbana. Right, Rabbana did Rashbi not late in Neiron? Did he not give Shalach Manas?
No, because the Beinah Kodesh was before the Rashbi. So he can't disagree with the Torah with Meir.
Maybe it is Talmud Torah. Maybe it's trying to Hagufa is Talmud Torah. So it can't pater.
It is Talmud Torah. He's saying should be Makin Shlivei Chafetz. The Aruch HaShulchan says that Shnayim Mikra is a takana from the Moshe Rabbeinu. He says the Aruch HaShulchan says it goes back to times of Moshe Rabbeinu.
But the Targum wasn't there, so he just went to try and Mikra.
No, they say it was. That the Shaila is. We're going to see later what's better to do Unkelus or to do Rashi with the Targum. To do Unkelus or Rashi?
You know,
there was no Targum in the days of Moshe.
So the smart place we want to say that it's better to do Rashi. He explains a lot more than the Unkelus does. But the question, but they say that there's a mile doing Unkelus because the Targum Unkelus was given from Har Sinai. From Har Sinai, the Targum Unkelus was given. Elnai is forgotten, and Unkelus brought it back. But the Targum Unkelus goes all the way back to the Gemara in Megillah says the certain Lashonis in the Pasa in the Torah are Lashon Unkelus. Yagar Shadusa. It's the same Lashon of
Also, Moshe Rabbeinu translated the 70 languages.
You know, till today, Rabbi, till today, the Yamanite nowadays, when they read the Torah, somebody stands next to the Baal Koreh and they read Targum. They read the regular Torah and little kids.
Targum Unkelus?
Targum Unkelus. Till today, when I went
that's
to...
That's how it used to be. It was supposed to be originally.
I think, and they know it's... like
You know,
machine.
that's how we know Moshe Rabbeinu had Langer Payas. Because the Yemenites have the Langer Payas from the days of the Beis HaMikdash. No, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Oh, you were there, Yossi?
No, my grandfather was Emily.
Fine, so this is a chip from Ramesha. He's saying very strong that there's no had to be mevatel the mitzvah the chiv of Shnayim Mikra even before people who are b'nei Torah. It's another interesting thing. Usually when you see people doing Shnayim Mikra at Shabbos or before Shachar, they're knocking it off 1, 2, 3. So you look in the place when they talk about Shnayim Mikra, they talk about you should do it with Mesimos, you should do it should be a limbo, you should take out Divrei Musar. In the second Maramakin, Eliyah Rambah says that you should try to learn our lessons from the Pesukim while you're reading Shnayim Mikra. He brings from the Shalom, the second Maramakin. He says, Yasim Leiva Einav Leisvainish, put his eyes in his heart to contemplate. Hey, the mitzvah, he said, for the side the mitzvahs or the musar, or the lessons, hey, the middays, which come out from the Pesukim that you're reading. He brings them from the Shalom. So a lot of people knock it off, but you see...
No one knows Targum what it means. It's Aramaic.
There's a new
Some
statement
people
from
know it.
Art
You
School.
understand it, no?
Art School just came out with Unclus. And they go pasuk like the beautiful sefer. It goes pasuk by pasuk with Unclus, and it shows each difference. Art School just came out with an Unclus
Oh, yeah?
Fabricious, and it's beautiful, and it gives
The English
with English with the Aramaic, and it says the difference between the Aramaic and the Ivrit. It goes exactly and why Unclus is changing it.
That's great.
It's excellent.
So
it just came
it's
out
about
Fabricious.
it's about time.
Yeah.
So Taisus talks about also they could use other translations instead of uncles. So he says, so Taisus says you can't use other translations because uncles is not just a translation; it also explains. He also explains things here and there. It's not only a translation.
It says with Targum, he explains what it means.
Yeah.
So therefore they say that you should use other translations. The Taz says, what if someone doesn't understand the uncles? He says they had some translation. The Chumash called Se'eno Le'eno. Taz says if you don't understand it, you can use the.
Is that for women? For women, no.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's around still nowadays.
It is still around.
Yiddish.
Art School also does, right? Doesn't Art School have it set already? Yeah, it does.
And so he says he
That's
is.
why it used to be given to women.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, they have one in English.
So,
Almost
well, the Mikra didn't. The place can say you shouldn't use other translations.
Yeah.
But what you're asking is a translation of uncles.
Did it Google?
And the Chayra gives gives a trend explanation also of uncles. So maybe you are Yitzhak. I saw in the Sefer someone was quoting. I saw some place saying that if you're using an English translation of Rashi, you could be Yitzhak uncles because it's explaining and it does everything. So if you have an English translation of uncles, so maybe Taka, maybe Taka works.
It just came out now?
Mrs.
Yeah.
Kavanah.
Say Fabricious.
If you're just going to read it like the Chinese, how's that? That's not Kavanah. Mitzvah Sichos Kavanah. Especially when you learn Talmud Torah, you have to know what you're saying. So how could you think that English translated English is worse than reading English and not understanding it?
You know, they have a book, it's called Hokli Israel. In this Hokli Israel, every day, I used to do it years ago, you have Mikra, Targum, Mishnah, Gemara, Tehillim, they're part of everything. In a few pages. You mean you're learning the whole thing? It's unbelievable.
A lot of Hasidim do it.
Huh?
A lot of Hasidim learn it.
Hasidim do
It
it?
has Zohar.
Everything.
Not
Zohar.
everything, but it has a lot.
It's Hokli Israel, yeah.
It's Hokli Israel.
Yes.
So,
No, I don't see so many Ashkenazim here.
A lot of Ashkenazim do it.
Yeah?
Of course.
I don't see it in Bet Menachem.
We have enough. Look, he's giving us enough homework. Mechitas.
and fine. So let's get into the actual. Where's the mucker of the halacha for the chiyuv of Shnayim Mikra? So it's a Gemara in case Chesam and Aleph in the third Mar Mochin, and it's another paper. So
Yeah, but Wesley, just get ready. This is only 3 of 12.
the Gemara in Racha says that Omar third Mar
Any
Mochin.
questions from you?
Omar Avhuna,
I'm getting you ready.
Omar Avhuna Bar Yehuda, Omar Rabbi Ami, Va'elam Yashnim Adam Parshiyisa B'Matzibah. A person is to always finish his parsha, reading his parsha together with the tzibah. Shnayim Mikra Echad Targum. Va'afilu Atoris Adivin. Even the pasuk of Atoris Adivin, which doesn't have a translation of uncles, so you also have to do that. Rashi says you should read it 3 times. Taisei says you should read the Targum Yerushalmi. So
And the Mishnah says you should do Rashi when there's no Targum. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think there's a Rashi on those 2 words, right? It's just
No,
the
but
names of
whenever you're
cities.
missing a Targum, whenever there's no Targum,
Yeah.
the Mishnah says you should do Rashi. There's plenty of Targums that doesn't
By
translate.
Shekol Hamashlim Parshiyasi Tzibur, everyone who finished their parsha with the Tzibur Shnei Mikra Echad Targum, Ma'arichin Lo Yamav V'Shnei His years, his days and his years will be lengthened. So it's it's brought down in the Gemara. So it's a very chashuv thing. Shnei Mikra Echad Targum. So what's the reason for Shnei Mikra Echad Targum? So there's a Kriegsman which everyone might like. That he says that when the Gemara says you have to do he brings from the Ravan, one of the Rishonim, that when the Gemara says you have to do Shnei Mikra Echad Targum, it's talking about someone who's in a city where there's no minyan to read the Torah. So in a city where there's no minyan to read the Torah, that's what it's talking about. You should be with the tzibur at the same time when they're reading.
Wow.
But if you have the tzibur, then you don't need your gates with them, and you don't need to read it yourself.
That's also Marichin Yom Tov.
Wow.
Yes, say it. Look in the fourth Maramakim, Hagais Haimanius, in Hilchos Tefillah brings it down. It says, Kasa of Rabbeinu Baruch, it's supposed to be, Shematza B'Sifrei Shal Ravon.
Rabbeinu Baruch or Rabbeinu Nachman?
It's supposed to be Rabbeinu Baruch, I think. Shematza B'Sifrei Shal Ravon. A person should always complete his reading his parshas together with the Sivir. So he says, nearly, the biyachid hadar bekrach. It's talking about someone who's alone in a city. She'ein la yud likreis b'teira. There are no 10 people to read it with the Sivir. Airi, the tzarech l'chavin hashosh, atzibur koidim bebeis hakneses. So at the same time when the minion is going to be reading in the shul, he should also read. Vikra gam hu biyachid beis, he should also read together with them.
But the tzibur doesn't do it beis mid time.
Oh, so he explains why.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
What?
You're not supposed to do it.
No, but he's talking someone who doesn't have a minion.
He's not in shul.
He's saying the whole Chiyuv Shnayim Mikra is only for someone who doesn't have a minion. So why 2 times Mikra in Targum? So he says, Beis Mikra keneged Beis Shekoidim the Beis HaKnesses, the 2 people who are up there laning, meaning the Baal Koirei and the Makri, the person who is pointing.
Like the
Yeah, like the Teimanin. So the person reading the Torah and the person pointing. So that's the Shnayim Mikra, keneged those 2 people. The Echad Targum, what's the Targum for? Keneged have a Targum. You have the person translating it. The income is, and he says you have to say like this. And he says he can't say that it's talking that you have to read it every week, even if you already heard it with a minion. Why? The income I should pierce Rabbi Seinu, if it's like the other Rishonim explain, that the Pikus HaParsha B'Leiter Ayri, that every morning you have to read it before hearing it with a minion. Shnayim Mikra Echad Targum Lama. What's the point? Aren't you going to hear the Torah with the minion? Why do you have to read it again to yourself? You're going to hear it with them. So this is Hagais Maimonius, and we'll make our schedule a lot easier if we task him like this.
And by the way, the Ammonite, they all, when they're going to the Aliyah to the Torah, they're all reading. Baal Korah read maybe only a guess or something, doesn't know how to read. When I went there to visit my sister-in-law in Rehovot, my sister, my brother-in-law, they gave me Aliyah. I can read Sfaradi. No, they said they want Yemenite to have. So Baal Korah read. Otherwise, everybody get Aliyah and he knows by heart. So I asked my brother-in-law how everybody knows it. He said when they were in Yemen, they had one Chumash and they have 20 people around. He said, I can read from this corner, from this corner, from this corner. Depends how you sit down. And you, all your life, he said, I come to Israel, and I can read any, you give me any pasuk in the Torah, you start it and I finish it.
Yemen, Y-E-M-E-N, it's my eye. You have good eyes.
My eye, okay. That's a nice word, Justin.
Can I answer another question? Who was that Goes My Money?
He was a Talmud of the Maharam from Rothenburg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
right.
He's brought a lot of content.
It's a Pirush on the Rambam. It's Hagoyis on the bottom of the Rambam.
Right.
So this is so we don't pass him like this, right? Everyone needs to reach Mikra. So what's the reason for it? So the Trumas Hadeshin and the Levush brings on the same reason, that it's in order that we should, they were Chazal or Misak and Shnayim Mikra, in order that we should be Baki and Teira. We should learn to tell you what the Pirush, in order that we should be Baki in it. In the 5th Maramakim, the Levush writes, it says Chayvu Chazal al Kol Adam Yisrael Sheyashlim HaParsha B'Chol Shavu Imatzivur. That we should read the parsha every week with the minion Shnayim Mikra Echad Targum. Why? Kidei Shehi Baki B'Teira. And he brings a siman. The simanach, you have a siman in the Torah. It says Ve'ela Shemeis B'nei Yisrael. It's a Rosh Tevis V'chayev Adam Likres HaParsha Shnayim Mikra Echad Targum. Right? Ve'ela V'chayev. Aleph is Adam. The Lamed is Likres. And the Hey of the Eila is HaParsha. And Shmois is Shnayim, Mikra, Echad Targum. And then Kol B'nei Yisrael, meaning V'zeh Chayav and Kol B'nei Yisrael. So the Baal HaTurim also has a similar, a little bit different, but also on the Pasuk illustration. So the Baal HaTurim was before the Levush, but he also writes a similar, different, but he has a similar. He has also, it fits in Marich yeah, a little bit different, but it's, they both bring out from the Pasuk Eilah Shmeis B'nei Yisrael that you have a renas to Shnayim Mikra Echad Targum.
Are there Kabbalistic Shaitas in the Targum?
I think so. They say one of the reasons why people dafka do use Targum, so they say there's also Yonim Alshki Kabbalah to dafka use Targum. There's something very special about Targum.
Wow.
And there's also, that's why there are Kabbalah things behind that. That's why a lot of people, this, that, Zini not to talk from beginning to end while you're reading it. It's also like Fine, I'll think of all that. I'm not sure what the
It's
reason
nice to see a ger, what uncle is a ger. And all over Jewish people, you're reading his articles.
He was a Roman, by the way. He was a Roman.
Was it right?
Yeah.
So this is one reason why we're trying to for Shnayim Mikra.
I mean, you're not usually supposed to remind the person of his past, but it's a nice source. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. There's another reason that's given by some Achainim is that the reason why you reach Shnayim Mikra is in order that you should, when it comes Shabbos, you should know the parsha.
Right,
In
you
case
know
you
what
need to read.
you're saying, right?
Which that's why you read, and that's why you also read the Targum, right? Because they used to read the Targum also when they read the Torah.
You do chitas for
Yeah, almost the
that.
same.
It's an old argument. It's an old argument.
Lehavdil, it's almost the same.
The Mishnah Berurah says that you can even be Yotzei Shnayim Mikra if you read along with Baal Koreh.
No.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Oh yeah?
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to doing chitas and listening to the Kriyas Hashem. We'll get to that soon.
Right. I said one of the reasons.
So, there's nafkaminas halacha. What's the reason for Shnayim Mikra? Is it in order that you should know the parsha, you should be ready for Kriyas and Torah, or is it just that you should be baki and Torah? What's the nafkaminas? So there's a shula from the Trumas Hadeshen. He brings two nafkaminas. First of all, one, do you need to lay on Yom Tov? On Yom Tov, do you need to lay in the Kriya of Yom Tov Shnayim Mikra v'echad Targum? So he says, being that the Trumas Hadeshen holds that the main reason is in order that you should be baki and Torah, and therefore he says on Yom Tov you don't need to read Shnayim Mikra v'echad Targum of the Kriya because it's just you already read it. If the reason was in order that you should be baki and Torah, then you should read in order that you should be prepared. So then you should read it also.
Right.
You should read it also on Yom Tov. And a second nafkamina that he writes over there is that if they already read the Torah, Shabbos is over, and you still didn't finish Shnayim Mikra v'echad Targum, could you still make up for it? Could you still finish it afterwards? So he says if the reason is they should be prepared for the parsha, so what's the point? They already read the parsha. But he says, but being that the main reason is that you should know you should be baki and Torah, and therefore that's why you're able to be mashal and Shnayim Mikra even after you finish the parsha. And we'll see soon. There's till when? Tuesday. So there's three shittas. Either after one shitta is after until mincha, because mincha you already read the next week's parsha.
Yeah.
The next shitta is until Tuesday, because until Tuesday is still considered Shabbos. Until Tuesday night.
You mean the Tuesday after?
Well, yeah, the next Tuesday, because that's still a continuation. Until then, you can still do it.
Until Simchas Torah or something?
And the third shitta is that until Simchas Torah.
And you finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a whole mice with a bacher.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole mice with a bacher. When he went to the mashpia and said, I don't remember I missed one parsha of Shnayim Mikra Targum. So he said we should do the whole entire sefer over again. And so
Really?
for Shmini Atzeres through Simchas Torah, he was saying Shnayim Mikra Targum.
Could you imagine that?
For the ganze Yom.
They missed the Torah, and then at least Dvarm he didn't have to say it twice.
You heard this first?
And so that's those are two nafkaminas based on the time. So the Ikar time is the first time because that we should be baki and Torah. And the Mata Moshe brings down he brings another reason why we do Shnayim Mikra v'echad Targum. He says Keneged that 3 times that the Torah was set out from Moshe Rabbeinu. In the 6th Mara Mokim, he says Kishmaiti Atam. He heard the reason is Lama Tzarech Lahashim Parshiyesov. Who Keneged Ateish Nosla Shleisha Pamim. Since the Torah was given 3 times, therefore we do it 3 times. What are they? Pam Rishim Har Sinai, Sheni's Bayom Mayid, and Shlishi is the 3rd time is Ber Heitev. And Moshe Rabbeinu translated it into the Shivim Lashon. And Mishum Hafyan Rukayin called Pasuk Shnei Pamim. That's why we do it 2 times in Lashon Kodesh. Keneged the first 2 times, so Moshe Rabbeinu said in Lashon Kodesh. Shlishi Targum Keneged Ber Heitev. The 3rd time we do it in Targum, that's Keneged the Ber Heitev. And Moshe Rabbeinu translated it.
Moshe Rabbeinu didn't do it every week 3 times. He did it 1 time.
What does it mean?
And that Machayev was 3 times every week.
What does it mean?
He did it once. He did it 1 time, 3 times. He didn't do it every week 3 times.
So when
He says, "Don't out here tzaddik harbe."
Harvey mean more than what the Chacham told you to do.
Right, that's true.
Yes.
But I don't understand how did the Chacham get from this that every Jew has to say it 3 times every parsha every week? A lot.
Moshe Rabbeinu translated to 70 languages. When was it?
Before he passed away, the last 3 weeks before he passed away.
But he said,
Romesh Chedesh Shvat
but he translated to 70. It was
Except for
70
Arabic.
nation.
He didn't do it in Arabic.
No, but it was 70 nation. I mean 70 languages there.
Yeah, that's it.
He actually wrote it down on the rock wall.
In Iraq, they speak Aramaic, right? Not Arabic.
No, they speak
The
Arabic.
Jews, no, the Jews in Iraq, they speak Arabic or Aramaic?
Arabic.
Arabic.
Arabic?
Yeah.
Okay, I take it back.
أنت بتتكلم عربي
Fine,
ولا
sir.
لا؟
So when,
Shukran.
على مهلك.
so when is the best times for saying Shnayim Mikra Ve'echad Targum? And also someone who is not able to do it the most ideal way, what's the Shulchan Aruch gives certain ways with the Evan how you can be Yitzhak. So the ideal time to say Shnayim Mikra Ve'echad Targum, Mitzvah Min HaMilchar Shulchan Aruch is you could start already from Sunday. From Sunday already you can start reading Shnayim Mikra. Since you already started reading the parsha from Shabbos already start, so Sunday you start reading. So that's in the mitzvah Milchar, when you should finish it is before eating the Su'udah and Shabbos on Shabbos. Before the eating the Su'udah and Shabbos. In order, because once you start eating the Su'udah, we're afraid you're going to get carried away with a meal and you're not going to
You're going to get tired.
You get tired and you want to end up finishing it before Mincha. So in the 7th Mar Malkin, let's go to Shulchan Aruch, it says, and Yem Rishim, Yem Rishim, Chashav Imatziver. From Sunday onwards is considered redoing it with the minion. And mitzvah min al-mufchar, sheyashem leisa kodim sheicha b'Shabbos. Mitzvah min al-mufchar, the best way to do Shnayim Mikra is to finish it before eating the Su'udah of Shachris. If you didn't before it, you didn't finish it before. Yashtem achar achila ad mincha. You can do it until mincha. That's the first opinion. Yesh eimrim ad revi b'Shabbos until Wednesday. Yesh eimrim ad shmini atzeres.
That's Wednesday of that week or Wednesday of the following week?
Until not including of the coming week.
So this week is Parshas Lech Lecha. So Parshas Lech Lecha would be until the Wednesday of Parshas Vayera? According to this second opinion.
Yes, you can start from today, and you can finish it until.
So it gives you either 10 days or 7 days, or
7 days, or 10 days, or
a whole year.
Don't forget the mincha yesterday. We said Lech Lecha. We started.
Yes.
We stopped. Yeah.
So these are the shittas. What's the best time to say it? So they're different minhagim. The Arizal, some people, there's different minhagim to do it either. Some people do it day by day. They would do a parsha each day, or the chelik of that each day they would do another chelik of the parsha until Shabbos, and they will finish in the morning.
No, they have also Friday.
Or they will
Friday
finish it
part
Friday.
also, yeah.
Some people will finish it on Friday, either before Chatzos or after Chatzos, different minhagim. And the Rabbi and the Chabad Rabbeim had a minhag. They would start it Thursday night, and then they would finish it Friday morning. After Chatzos, the minhag is after Chatzos, and then on Friday morning they reach Shvi again. So the Rebbe says minhag.
Friday or Shabbos morning?
The Shabbos morning.
Shabbos morning.
So the Rebbe says our minhag used to do it. They would finish it after Chatzos on Friday. So the minhag by Chabad is.
Could you do before Chatzos too?
Says it say from
You could do it from Sunday already. These are our minhagim. You want
Because this week I did it Friday morning.
So I'm saying. So the ideal minhag that we do, we try to do it after Chatzos. But Mikra din, al pi Shulchan Aruch, as long as you finish, you could even start from Sunday. It's already missing min As long as you finish it before. There are different minhagim. Al pi Kabbalah. I'm not sure what the
Next
time is.
paradigm is to say before Shachrit. Before you start Shachrit, for 15 minutes, you say the whole day.
Yeah, that minhag is also brought down to Shabbos morning before Shabbos. Some people, it's brought down. A lot of people do it like that also. So there are many different minhagim, and everyone has their minhag.
Is it best to do Pesach by Pesach twice to the Pesach? Actually,
So
you're gonna get to that.
yeah, so that's the next piece. So what I want to get into is how so one question: could he be Yetzer Shnayim Mikra Lechat Targum with learning Chita Chumash Rashi? Or in my Chabad we do Chita, so every day we do the Aliyah of that day. We do Rishon together with Rashi. So does that count for Shnayim Mikra? So we know you can start from Sunday.
It's similar.
So you can start from Sunday, so the Chayvah could count. So the question is, what is the order? Does it have to be pasuk like pasuk? It has to be the whole parsha. So there are different minhagim brought down Shulchan Aruch. Mikra din either way works, but there are different minhagim. We'll read inside. What's the best way? And the Ephraim Makim, and this is Shulchan Aruch Harav. Rabbi writes, Yesh Shnayim Likreis Kol Parsha Bein Psucha Bein Stuma Beis Pavim. Some people learn a parsha, by the pain, the Stuma Psucha. They read each parsha 2 times. V'achar kach Targum Alel Miyad Kedem Shikra Parsha Shniya. Before you read the second parsha, the Chei V'chol Parsha. I think this is the minhag of the Shalah. He's quoting the Shalah would do like that. Some people have the minhag to read each pasuk twice.
This is Chok Yisrael. It's each pasuk.
And then afterwards read the Targum. This is the Tesis Yomtiv in his Pirush on the Rosh. He writes that they should do it like this. He says this is the way they read the Torah. They read each pasuk twice, and then the Targums. He says that's the best way to do Shnayim Mikra. You should also do it in such a way to do each pasuk twice and not the whole parsha.
So the Yemen are still keeping the old minhag.
Yeah,
they are the only one.
Yeah.
The only ones that have longer pairs and
Who were the longest pairs? You're trying to say that Moshe Rabbeinu was Ashkenazi. He was Sfaradi. His name was
Moshe
not Rabbeinu.
Right. We get that joke once a year. You know?
And the Rabbi never heard it, so I want to give it to him.
But his name also wasn't Saba Moshe Rabbeinu.
Fine. So he goes on weiter and minhag ze noch in Yisur. Ki kein hayu isim yet. We're going to say but Alter says in the parentheses, "Aval min hadin yachol likreis Mikra ve'echad Targum b'chol inin sheyitzu." Mikra din either way, as long as the Mikra doesn't the Mikra comes before the Targum.
So it's good.
As long as but the Mikra needs to come before the Targum. Can't do first Targum and then there's Mikra.
Can you do Mikra, Targum, Mikra?
Yeah.
Usually I see people doing it Erev Shabbos. Like if you go into a shul, you go to a mikveh early, you see these big.
So that's the minhag can come down from the Arizal. The Arizal the minhag to do it Erev Shabbos.
Yeah.
And other people say.
Doesn't say from Minhag.
All right, but what's over here? It doesn't say it. It doesn't say anything here.
I know. I said that outside. That I said. I didn't bring it inside, but that I said that over.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't.
So there's different minhagim to do it either. Some people would do it, but my ideal, the Al Pi Shulchan Aruch Mitzvah in a Milchor is already you just do it Sunday. You can start Sunday as long as you finish it before the meal on Shabbos day.
But if you don't understand the Targum, which 90% of the psukim I don't understand, I should do Rashi too. Where I should get a transliteration.
So Shulchan Aruch says ideal thing is to do Targum and Rashi. Since there's a mile in doing Rashi because it's more explained and you understand it more. So it says ideal thing is the best thing is to do it both. Both of them.
Yeah, but if the emes is that if you ask anybody what knowledge you get on the Chumash from Rashi, what you get from Targum, 90%. Right, it's 90%. Targum is based most of the time.
In the smag.
He's just telling you word for word what was. He's just giving a.
He also
they went to Mitzrayim.
Translation, which word, how you translate something makes all the difference. You can use different words to translate something.
There is
and the Onkelos gives explanation certain words to translate.
But what percentage of the
that's why the smag.
10%, maybe 10%.
The smag and some Rishonim want to argue that it's better to do Rashi. But the other Rishonim answer, if we got
do both.
Other Rishonim answer that in a way to Onkelos is better because it was given me season.
So do both.
So they say the ideal thing, the best thing is to do both.
You know that in Chumash Bamid where it says Yisrael Yitzchak, you know what Targum says? Yisrael Yatzach v'Nixon. Look at Targum. Yisrael Yatzach v'Nixon. And during the Yom Kippur War, Nixon saved Israel.
Wow.
Look at Targum, you see.
Yeah?
Look at Targum.
I thought it was Kennedy.
I checked it last week. No, it was 74.
Yeah.
73. Democrats will take.
73.
That's so much.
That's a good part.
Josie, it's a good excuse to start learning Targum.
Yeah. But
That's it, finish.
Oh, Nixon was impeached.
Yeah, but he did his job. Afterwards, he got impeached after he did his
Right,
job.
so now we have to do Rashi.
And so really, because the concept of this, so with doing Shnayim, so with learning Chitas, during the part of the Chumash with Rashi every day, your Yetza Chumash once, right? Echad Mikra, you're going to have to read it another time. What about Rashi? So could it be Yetza Targum with a limit of Rashi? So I should have brought this earlier, but let's jump ahead to the 12th Maramakim. The Alter Rebbe says that there's an issue. How can Alter Rebbe asks in the Kuntres Achron? He asks, how could we use with Rashi? Rashi doesn't translate every pasuk, and he also doesn't translate every word in the pasuk. So how could we use Echad Targum? So the Alter Rebbe says that when it says he could be Echad Targum with Rashi, it means that you're reading the Chumash together with Rashi. So all the psukim which Rashi, or the words that Rashi doesn't translate, you read those psukim in the Torah. So it comes down to this, according to the Alter Rebbe.
You read the psukim in the Torah? What did you say?
That you read the psukim in the Torah together with Rashi. Meaning, according to the Alter Rebbe, to be Yitzeh with Rashi, Targum, that means you have to read the Chumash 3 times plus Rashi. Because you need to read the Chumash a third time to make up for all the places where Rashi doesn't translate.
But we're not talking about Targum?
We're talking about if you could be Yitzeh with Rashi, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about if someone does chitas, could be Yitzeh, Echad Mikra, Echad Targum, and you just need to read the Torah one more time.
But Onkelos was much before Rashi. Rashi was only like 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years.
We're just talking
years before that.
Huh?
He was 1,000 years.
So according to Alter Rebbe,
Onkelos never learned Chumash
Onkelos
with
was from the
Rashi.
beginning.
Roman printing.
right?
He was wrong.
Yes.
So this is so learning chitas every day. So really, you're only Yitzeh Mikra Echad, either once Mikra or once Targum. You can't be Yitzeh Mikra and Targum. So that's one thing. Let's read it. Let's read inside the 12th Maramakim. Actually, we won't read it inside. The next thing, what about Kriyas HaTorah? Could it be Yitzeh Echad Mikra by listening to the Chazan? So if you read together quietly with the Chazan, for sure you're Yitzeh. If you read together with him, you're Yitzeh Echad Mikra, and then you just need to do one more time with Targum. And there's a machlekes if you could be Yitzeh with just listening to the Chazan.
Shomer Kakore, no?
Shomer Kakore. Yeah, so there's machlekes. Alter Rebbe brings it down in the 8th Maramakim, in the 9th Maramakim. V'yesh einim sheyitzeh dei chevasei b'shmiyas hakriya mashliach siver. There's an opinion that says that it's I think the Teis Yantiv says that you're Yitzeh with the Shliach Tzibur. The Im Shama Kol HaParsha the Didur said if you heard the whole Parsha clearly from the Chazan, you didn't miss out any words, it's fine. V'dai she'ikra oiv pam achas, and it's enough to read just one more time with the Targum. Ela b'jashal chatchila in lismei chala shmiya v'tam shenizvar b'simin tes, because you'll miss out some words. That's one opinion. There's an opinion that says you're not Yitzeh with hearing from the Chazan. Because besides hearing from the Chazan, you're chayiv l'krei Shnayim Mikra Targum. Because the Shnayim Mikra Targum is even for people who are listening to the Torah. So it must be. So this opinion holds that you're chayiv to read even without the Chazan. Commission is var l'mayla, like we explained earlier. B'shas hadchak yesh lismei chal svar rishena. So b'shas hadchak you rely on the first opinion.
Because
so Chaim explains what's Shas Chag, and if it's late on Shabbos and you know you're not going to have time to do Shnayim Mikra, so you could do just and you heard it Kriyas HaTorah, so you could read the Mikra just once and then the Targum.
Great.
So meaning for Shas Chag, if you already did Chumash and you already did and you heard Kriyas HaTorah, so really you're only missing one Onkelos. So for Shas Chag, you know you're not going to get around to doing it properly, so you could just read through Onkelos. And if you read through Onkelos, that's and
it's very interesting because his name throughout the day was Onkelos Hager. Like no one said Shmai V'Avtali Hager or whoever else was Hager, right?
Rish Lakish, no? Yeah.
No.
Oh, by Tshuva.
Yeah, he was Rabbi Yochanan's Talmud. But Onkelos they call Onkelos Hager. It's very interesting.
right.
Question.
He wants to be reminded. You're not supposed to remind the ger that he's a ger. But maybe they remind the ger. We call Onkelos a ger to remind him.
No, to remind us what you could achieve.
Right, what's the achievement of it? Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that a person can always do tshuva and start doing Onkelos. That's what I'm trying to say. In that regards, he becomes like a ger. In other words, a person is distance from Hashem. He didn't do Shnayim Mikra Targum.
It's the whole Torah.
He become about tshuva and he'll start doing it like Onkelos the ger. You know, like that one.
It's not a shot.
It doesn't mean they called him.
Definition
It's
of-
just I heard he's called after.
Chazal call him Uncle Sager.
Mikra.
There's no other ger. It's called ger.
After he died, but it doesn't mean they
But
called
I'm
him.
trying to get a meaning
You
why.
don't have to do it.
The
You don't
teachers
have to
that
do
we can always become gay. Like
You can
we
just
can always go back and start doing
Right.
Shnayim Mikra like him.
Right.
There's
Maybe.
a useful hara to know is that it says you should finish it before eating the Suda Shachris. So a lot of people think that means before making Kiddush. But Chaim No says that it doesn't. It means before eating lechem. He says you can make Kiddush and have Nazainis and eat other foods before.
You could be doing it at the table. You make Kiddush, you could be finishing the parsha.
Make
then you
Kiddush,
have
eat some
Nazainis.
Nazainis. He says the main reason you're not
Eat
supposed to do it before
Yeah.
eating the meal is
I
because
think
once you eat bread, where are you going to
I
get
think
carried
that-
away with the meal and you're going to forget to finish it. So Chaim says that according to this, it's if you're hungry in the morning.
By Kiddush, you can go to Kiddush first.
Yeah, some people they don't make Kiddush until they don't want to make Kiddush until they finish. But Chaim says you can make Kiddush and eat some Nazainis or something because the main problem, because the main chiyuv to the Indian to finish Mikra before the meal is before the Su'udah, right? Lashon Shulchan Aruch, before the Su'udah, not before Kiddush.
When
So
I
that's
was
a very useful.
a kid, before
So if you have a
Shabbos,
Fabrein, you can still do it. It's not before the. It's not Suda, but not the Fabrein.
Not based on
As long as you're not washing.
Rabbi, when I was a kid, before Shachrit, we used to say את החוק לישראל, שניים מכך התרגום, בקול רם. Somebody said a pasuk, everybody said after him, pasuk after him, Targum after him, and then everybody read, one read Zohar, one read Gemara, one read Mishnah, one divided, everybody read one. This way, everybody hear everything.
So you did it as a tzibur.
With the tip, I think it's much
Yeah,
nicer.
it's much more effective because you're mechazik the tzibur. It's a lot harder when you have to do things yourself.
Yeah. So that's the discussion. Those are the dinners.
So when we're starting a shiur, Shnayim Mikra V'Chatagum.
Right now, unless they have to go to work.
Exactly, we're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So now it's already this late, right? Well,
Yeah, it's already Sunday. It's already Sunday,
Because of that,
11:05.
maybe I will start again. I used to say it. Maybe I will start again.
I want
I'm
to
at
just,
home.
I want to just say that, I want to just tell you guys a story, the power of Shnayim Mikra, how powerful it is. A story that happened to my father on the show. My father was either in Ecuador or Honduras. He used to travel all the time. And it was their Pashas Kisove. Kisove, when they do the Teichasa. And it was that year that he had it off from America, from the Masqueras to stay in Rosh. Only time he stayed in Rosh Hashanah in South America. Anyways, he came to Pashas Kisove and he tried to organize, make the Shabbos and Minyan for Slichas in the shul over there. And they told him they don't do it because they gamble. They do gambling and stuff. They don't want to have any Slichas. My father said, a half hour Slichas, then you can gamble weiter before and after.
But that's tough why they should have sleeveless.
Whatever. They didn't want to. They said they didn't want to do it. My father was very upset. He was Shabbos in the hotel, and Shabbos afternoon he sat down in his hotel, the Intercontinental, on the 11th floor, to say Shnayim Mikra V'Chatagum. And he got to the Teicha, and he's telling himself, how can you say Teicha in a city where you can't get the Yidden to give a half hour for Slichas against the Shabbos?
Wow.
But on the other hand, it's a dinner Shulchan Aruch. You have to do it.
I don't understand. What was his question?
How could you say? How could you do Shnayim Mikra V'Chatagum in the city? With Yidden, you can't get him to do it.
But you're saying that it would be Makatrik.
Yeah, and he didn't know. He didn't know what to do. Then he thought to himself, "It's a dinner Shulchan Aruch. That's the word. You have to do it." He started saying. As soon as he started saying, there was an earth tremor. The earth, the little earthquake there. It was so shaky, he fell off the recliner. You know what he did? He decided to finish it when he got back to New York. True story that happened to my father.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
How many years ago was it?
My father passed away almost 13 years ago, so this must have been probably 25 years ago.
They call his father the Baal Shem Tov of South America.
They never
serious.
called
His
my
father's
Español?
Bar
My
Moifis.
father would know.
You
He
don't
speaks
speak
Bible. I speak no Spanish.
Ah.
I didn't go to South America.
Nada?
English, Hebrew, Yiddish, and a little Russian. A few words. And 2 words in French.
Have a, tzliach l'sir v'shnayim Mikra V'Chatagum.
Okay.